Marker, the Marvels review, guys. Get right to it. Action! What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. Ryan680, guys.
I'm Angela Zacarian.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. If you have not already, if you are just new to the channel, or if you just glanced on our video, thank you so much for making us a part of your day. And by all means, be sure to like and subscribe to us on our Alamo City Movie Talk page for more movie reviews like this one, trailer reactions. Now, without further ado, Angela, what are we talking about today?
So you either are super excited for this or not really.
And the majority of the Marvel community and the majority of superheroes are not excited for this. Let me just point that out right now. They are not excited for this movie.
Which is the shame. It's a shame. Shame on y'all. So we are reviewing the Marvels today.
Yeah, the Marvels, guys, stars Carol Danvers gets her powers entangled with those of Kamala Khan and Monica Rambeau, forcing them to work together to save the universe. So we got the gist of this in the trailer and everything. And the trailers, you know, they haven't been that great. I'm not gonna lie. The trailers I thought were just they were just garbage.
I think there was one that I liked, but I kept seeing it over and over, and then the subsequent trailers were okay.
Yeah,
I felt like it was giving too much. Like it was kind of like ruining the surprise.
For me, I was like, where the hell are you going with this movie? And it's just okay. We're talking about the Marvel standard here. 33rd film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And the lowest critic rating. Granted, it's critics, Rotten Tomatoes. This is the lowest critic rating film in Marvel's history.
But at the end of the day, is the Marvel fan base going to enjoy this film? I think so. You know, I didn't have too much high hopes. I personally liked the Captain Marvel movie. I did. I haven't not seen the show, Miss Marvel. I haven't seen the show.
Yeah.
I now kind of want to see the show. I really do.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
After
we'll talk about that. Yeah.
But going into this, I wasn't super thrilled. I kind of was like, oh, you know what? Marvel movies have been kind of a miss lately, with the exception of Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Quality.
I know like Ant-Man was a disappointment. The third one. Thor: Love and Thunder, disappointment. So I know it hasn't been out of the park with Marvel. So you know, I didn't want to set the bar too high for this one.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you know what?
It sucks.
I was pleasantly surprised. You know, I actually thought it was funny and witty. I really, really enjoyed Miss Marvel's character. She was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she was great. Was the story the best? Yeah. Was it entertaining though? Sure. Yeah, I liked it. It was cool. It was pretty cool to see them interact together. Like they're all like different ages and different powers. It's really cool. So I enjoyed it for what it was. Yeah,
you know, here's the thing with Marvel and everything, and I've been noticing this more so, and I saw recently a YouTuber say this, and I have to agree with the guy. And he said, you know, Marvel movies used to be an event. Now it's just a schedule. And I'm all like, dude, that is like legit answer. That's a legit way to where, and quality goes back to where it's leadership. You know, Bob not before even right now Bob Iger is the CEO of Disney, right? But this goes back to the leadership where Bob Chapek had all these other people, where Kevin Feige will go straight to one person, Alan Horn will go straight to Bob Iger. But then when Bob Chapek came in, he gave all these little bankers jobs and said, you got to go to this person. Kevin Feige has to go here, and they could go around Kevin Feige. And he got not demoted in a way, but he just didn't have any creative control. And I feel like we're seeing the side effects of that in this year.
A turning point in quality of Marvel movies. I don't know exactly where that happened, but I do know it's happened.
Because Bob Chapek. That's why.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no one really liked Bob Chapek. We don't talk about him. But I do know, even though Bob Iger's back on board, I still feel like there's still some differences going on in the studios that maybe we are trying to get back to that quality standard, but I don't know if we could. But this is a good step in the right direction. Now, again, is it my favorite film?
I wouldn't even say it's a good step in the right direction.
I think it is, because you know what? After seeing Ant-Man 3 and after seeing Thor: Love and Thunder.
Okay. So if you're comparing those two, right? Because this is part of that phase. that's the thing too with Paul Rudd. It sucks. Paul Rudd, Chris Hemsworth, they are both really good, solid actors.
And it's not just them. All the cast in those films are great, right? So again, I think it's a step in the right direction, and I hopefully in the near future we can see the return of like the Phase 1 Marvel, Phase 2. Yeah, I think those were solid films.
I think more moviegoers and more Marvel fans are going to enjoy the Marvels because of the fact, though, is that Disney didn't believe in this movie. They didn't. They didn't promote it.
Sad.
They didn't.
That's shame on you,
Disney did not do it. Two, I kind of feel like that with the trailers and everything, because I've seen people comment on the trailers, vice versa, and people commented on our trailer reactions with watching the Marvels. They didn't really have high expectations to go with anyway. So it's like, wait, so then if you don't go in, who would have thought, and that's the thing too, is that people get like so not worked up, right? Because we all, who would have thought Marvel fans or Star Wars fans or Disney fans get worked up? We all get worked up,
or
regardless, DC fans. We all get worked up in our own way. We do. Let's be honest, we do. It is what it is. Who cares? Okay, fine, legit.
I feel like that could ruin a movie.
In a way. But here's the thing: here is that I feel like that more Marvel fans are really going to be like, you know what? This was surprisingly not that bad.
Exactly.
I feel like they're gonna get like that.
Step in the right direction.
No, not in the quality. So here's the thing, and you already mentioned her already. That plays Kamala in here.
Iman
Vellani.
I hope we're pronouncing that right.
Oh yeah, hopefully. Iman Vellani, Canadian actress, Pakistan origin here, Muslim. She is
portraying Marvel's first Muslim protagonist. Yeah, and I think she's exceptional.
She is great.
She's great. And
she shines so much in this movie. There's so many moments in here where like you really get. There's certain scenes where she just takes a hold of. Genuinely, and even with the co-stars with Brie Larson, and even more so with the dynamic with the duo or the
trio
the trio here. I'm sorry, the trio here that they got going on, and even more so, I enjoyed her so much. Vellani does this charming way to where it just gets you entangled, entangled in her own way.
She is a believable Captain Marvel fanatic teenager, and she brings so much like youthfulness to the role, and she's just so charming and charismatic, and you just can't help but love her and root for her.
Definitely.
And I know in this movie she's still kind of like figuring out her powers and kind of fitting her place in this trio.
And this is us from not watching Miss Marvel series,
and we circle back into this. Makes me want to watch this series because
even more so her family too. Like
so funny.
Her family's is hilarious. Her mom and dad and her brother. Her brother's funny. They come with these one-liners that are just so damn good. Like I don't know if they just come up with it as they go, but I feel like it does in a way, but I feel like that's not written in a certain way. Because it does very well for this movie. I think that's one of the reasons why this movie got saved by that, because it kept you entertained. It does. Now, as not a fan of Captain Marvel, I gotta say this is a better movie than Captain Marvel.
I will disagree with you. Was it more entertaining? Sure, only because I absolutely loved Goose and the kittens.
Oh,
and
man.
That's not a spoiler,
that was probably
because
the best
they
part.
Are in the trailer.
That was probably the best part.
That
all the kitties.
Is my favorite part.
Kittens.
There's a scene in there where the kitties are introduced and they're in the space station, and it's just gold. Like that is just so funny. And
if you are a cat owner, you will understand.
Favorite part. In my opinion, the cats stole the show. I know they're all CGI, they're all fake, but in my opinion, they stole the show. That's
kind of like my problem too. We noticed a lot of cat scenes. Now, granted, right? Because Goose has to have because the technicals come out. He's in the first movie, right? Even though he got recasted, whatever, or she got recasted, that cat got recasted. Find out. Let you know what it is. Anyways, there's definitely a time to where like what the hell, like you could hire any cat actors in there, or maybe there was in a way, but I feel like all of it was probably 98% of it was probably CGI'd.
I think also
we could tell.
You got to also remember, like with animal actors, they're trained to do certain things, but like on a tight, shooting schedule, budget, you don't have a lot of time. The cat's not the main star, so I can understand why they went the CGI route. They wanted to make sure that this cat hit the cues. It's a Flerken, it has a tentacle. So I gotta say though, it didn't bother me. I think for me, the thing that bothers me about animating animals is when you animate the mouse to move and talk. That's just the one thing that bothers me. Obviously they can't talk. But they were still so cute even though they were CGI.
I think all the kitties were for sure.
All the kitties, so they were cool. So I would like to see more goose and kitties.
And see, not all the jokes are hitting with me. There were a lot of the jokes were kind of silly, but they weren't too silly as Thor: Love and Thunder, which I really did not like. A lot of those jokes there, they were just coming at the wrong time. I feel like with this one, they were coming out at an okay time, an okay speed, I guess. The villain in this movie, we're not going to spoil it for you, no spoilers here, but the villain in this movie was just anticlimactic.
Well, you see it in the trailer who it is.
No, I know, but like it's very anticlimactic. The story plot it's very dull. And I hate to say that because of the fact that we go back to where quality. We go back to where, Marvel standards here. And we're talking about the Marvel standards because this is a Marvel Studios movie.
I got to say, I mean, without spoiling it, because it's really the formula for every Marvel movie when the villain gets defeated. I didn't like that part, like you say. It's very anticlimactic. I wish the ending it was boring.
It was uncreative. Like I was just like, what? Okay, all right. That's it.
That's it. That's how that person was. Defeated.
It was easy.
So I got to say, I didn't like that part. I thought the whole concept of like how the villain was like doing things to other worlds, I thought that was cool because it has a lot to do with like time and space and like the portals to the worlds. Now that we've seen, I think Guardians, we saw in one of the Guardians, the second one,
the third one,
no, but it's the second one. It has a little portal where you jump.
Oh yeah.
So I remember that introduced. Now we see them everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So I really like the concept of like space and time, the continuum, and they do touch on that. So I gotta say I appreciate seeing that, but I don't necessarily think the villain's backstory and arc and development was.
It was very small. It was very dull. It got me to a point to where like I was just like, like I don't care because of the fact that, and it sucks too because I don't want that. Villain. I feel like they need to create some kind of way to where it was a very simple backstory, but it was just very uncreative. It was very predictable, very unoriginal, and I've seen it time and time again where stuff like that usually happens. And I was very pleasantly not surprised in that moment.
And there is a mid-credit scene.
Yes, there is a mid-credit scene,
and that's the
CGI. Okay, you guys wouldn't know. We're not going to mention it, right? We're not going to mention it.
We will mention
one thing. But the CGI in the mid-credit scene, Jesus Christ, what the hell is going on over there at Marvel, man? Because the CGI was shit. Yeah. It was garbage. It was like, what? You guys would know what we're talking about because there's only one character that is CGI'd in that scene, and we'll leave it at that.
But this opens up to future films. I'm kind of see where they're gonna go from there.
No, it was
exactly. Yeah. If they do move forward,
I don't
what
know.
film would it be? I'm really curious about that. I love that they did that credit scene. It's definitely very food for thought.
No, I said I almost spoiled it right now. By saying
it's definitely food for thought. So I gotta say I really enjoyed that little piece de resistance, a little cherry on top for the film. Overall, it was very entertaining for me. I would recommend it.
All right. Was this okay? You do recommend it? Was this the fun we deserved? You're gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes as well because I was laughing. I was just there's a lot of moments. I go back to where how Kamala, her character in here,
she's so funny.
Yeah, she's in the wrong movie. Like it sucks to say that, right? I mean, Iman, she's in the wrong movie. I feel like in a way,
completely disagree.
In a way, no. Like I mean, not in a bad way, but I feel like that this being her first film. I get it, but at the same time, though, I'm all like, I want to see her do other better projects.
But again, I feel like what better way to jumpstart your career than to do this role?
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, it shows that she can have this wide range of like emotion and you know definitely. she looks great on camera, she acts great on camera, she's so funny, she's so charismatic. I could see her doing other projects beyond this, you know? And if she has a couple more movies, I would not be role, I would not be surprised, and I'm that if Marvel, if they really invest in her as a character and as an actress, that they give her own movie of Miss Marvel. Like I said, I could see her pumping out a couple more movies, maybe even a second season of Miss Marvel, and then, you know, once she's done with that, she can go and explore and do fly and do other projects outside of Marvel. So I'm on board for this actress. I'm on board with her, so I can't wait to see what the future holds for her.
She was definitely entertaining. All right, what out of 10? 10 being the highest, so what do you give this rating for the Marvels?
6.5.
I'm gonna give it a solid 6 as well. A little bit above average, guys. You know, and that's the thing too, is that, you know, this after watching, because the last Marvel movie of the year, I gotta say the best one, of course, was Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which was just, and that's the thing too. People have to recognize. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is not a Marvel movie. It is a James Gunn movie. I'll leave it at that.
You will die on that hill.
I will die saying that. I don't even give a shit. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna shout it on the rooftops, because it is a James Gunn movie where it's his creative. He had all creative, like anything. You do whatever you want in a way, and I just love that, and I get it because it comes to the great mind of James Gunn. You know.
I think also, like,
this is a time where DC has to capitalize.
Well, I think also when you let creative people do their thing, like, I think a lot of times you let them flourish and create these ideas. I think usually when you try and put things into a box of like, it has to be this way, it has to be this formula, it has to follow this plan that we've always done.
But that's not always a bad thing, because Marvel made so much money doing it.
I know, but again, also it worked for like phase 1. But then once you start doing all these other movies that are,
and then the shows
exactly the same way, in the shows and stuff, then you kind of get out of hand. Again, you're trying too hard to put this in like a box. It has to work this way because it's worked ways before. And so I think when you let creative minds do their thing, and
creative directors, kind of creative
do artists, things like, because Guardians of the Galaxy 3, you could argue, was out of the box, because that's a very, I don't want to say dark film, but it's definitely darker than what we're used to in the first two films. And I'm surprised Disney even let that happen. It was beautiful. It worked, right? It was so good. So I think James Gunn doing his thing was like, or letting him do his thing really helped that. And it wasn't, because, you know, the third movie in any franchise, it could be a hit or miss. But that, in my opinion, was my favorite out of all of them. Which is surprising for a third movie.
No. I agree. Do we recommend this film? Yes, we definitely do, guys. Check this film out. I kind of feel like that with knowing the mindset. I've seen a lot of viewers out there, a lot of YouTubers, a lot of people saying it. I feel like that we already have that mindset, like, low expectations, then you're gonna like this movie. Don't go in having the high expectations of, like, you know, of the Thor Ragnarok style, or like anything like that. Do not go with those high expectations, because I feel like you're gonna be very disappointed. But overall, I mean, it was funny. It was funny moments in here, but it's still a messy movie. It's still not the best Marvel movie. It's definitely the low ranking for me, because of the fact that it's just the storyline, the villain is crap. I hate to say that, but it's my point of opinion, and take it with a grain of salt. Whatever you like. A question is for you guys: did you love the Marvels? Did you like this movie? Are you like, it was okay, Ryan and Angela, it was all right. Ryan and Angela, it sucked. And I was like, put comments down below. Really good. Or it's really great. I wouldn't go as far as saying, because I don't believe that. I don't believe anyone would believe that. But again, whatever. If you do, own it. If you think this is the best Marvel movie of all time, I don't think so. I don't think anyone will.
You know what? There's an opinion out there. If there is nothing wrong with that.
Own it. That's all I'm saying. Own it. Prove us wrong. But I love talking movies with anybody out there. But yeah, thank you so much for making us a part of your day. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. aka Ryan680.
Amanda Dakarian.
Signing off here, guys. Have a good one, San Antonio, and see you at the movies. Latest.